for you?
It's important because I myself was in that position of first coming out and being like the new girl singing or, and some people are nice and some people are not nice. So I remember feeling like, you know what I mean? Like I remember feeling like, híjole, I don't know about this singer, or even from even like male singers, or it's weird, but
No,
um
go ahead. Be real.
it's
Be real.
I've felt that way before, where you're like the outcast, and it sucks. Like it sucks. So whenever I do meet other female singers, and at least like the younger ones coming up, it's kind of like, hey, been there, do it. Don't be nervous. You got this type of,
Hmm.
um, you gotta make people feel comfortable. Even though sometimes it's like, no, you get what you give. No, you can't always have that mentality of like, oh, they treat me that way, I'm gonna treat them that way too. I'm gonna be that way too. Like, no, you kind of sometimes have to be like the bigger person and just, hey, we're all here. There's space for everybody. Let's all just kind of maneuver around each other and be happy.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
really like how you said like you don't treat shit with shit, or you didn't really say it
Yeah.
that way, but
But pretty much,
yeah,
yeah.
like you have to be a better person, and like kind of, people call it alchemy. You turn
Yeah.
something negative and flip it into something positive, and I really like that. And what's interesting is when you mentioned the guys, I immediately thought like, I'm pretty, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe you probably experienced this where you're like, oh, this guy's kind of cool, but it's like, nah, he's got other intentions, or like guys will promise something, like, okay, cool, but it's like, nah, you're not really looking out for me. You're trying to like hook up or something.
Yeah, I mean it could be that, or it could be of just another singer coming up, and this is a male singer, and it's like competition type of thing. Instead of it being like, oh, we're both singers, it's kind of like, I, another singer type of thing, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like, you're a boy and I'm a girl, we sing different, or that type of feel
Yeah.
of or like popularity type of thing. And it's like, no, there's going to be people who like you, and there's going to be people who don't like me that like you type of,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, it's just leave it there. You have the people who like you and they love you and support you, and be happy with that. Like, I'm not going to take nothing from you.
That
You know
part.
what I mean?
That part.
It's that kind of thing with this industry. So I mean,
Yeah, the
same
entertainment
thing.
industry.
Yeah.
And I always feel like, hope I didn't cut you off,
No.
but like I always tell to people that I'm talking to, like I do believe there's enough money out here for all of us to make it. Like there's a, like he even said, like there's room for all of us. Like there's no need to like be scandalous, to be shady, to try and be nefarious. Like there's enough for all of us to succeed out here. You just got to put the work in.
Yeah, and timing, I want to like um you have to be really patient, and everybody grows different. Everybody has their own path. Everybody's going to grow differently. So there's artists that are coming out now and got on like bigger shows, or are doing faster, moving faster compared to like me. I've been doing this for 10 years already, and you know what I mean? And at the same time, you have to have that mentality of like, because it's not my time yet. Like right now, just enjoy the road, keep learning, keep seeing what, hey, congratulations to you. You're freaking getting up there, bravo, vámonos, somebody. But yeah, like I mean, at least I think that way. Like, just take it slow. My
Yeah.
time is gonna come eventually, or my time's already been happening, but in different ways.
Yeah.
Not necessarily how that person is going. I've been getting my in a different way, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Definitely.
different levels of everything. It's just
Yeah.
maybe I'm getting higher up here compared to out here, or you know what I mean? Or some
Yeah.
people are probably getting higher out here than up here. Up here is still down there.
Yeah. They might not
So
have the right circle around them.
yeah,
You know. And I always like to think like it's an old saying, which is slow and steady wins the race.
yeah,
And
patience.
yes, and fast money brings fast problems. right? And as opposed to, and usually fast money will go away just as quick as it came,
Quick, yeah.
right? As opposed to, and I've been learning and I've been listening as I get older, like a lot of people that we see that are successful, that have been doing it for a while, like
They've been doing
they've been doing it for a while, like, you
They've
know
been
what I
doing
mean?
it for
Like
a while,
before
yeah.
they even got noticed, you know, and it's like, okay, so it's like you just have to kind of believe in yourself and just kind of just keep going, keep being persistent,
That part, don't
and just
stop.
keep going. And like, what's another thing I noticed is that like it's hard to look from the outside looking in because like we're just kind of just going and we kind of like are things changing? Is something happening? But the truth is like it is a uphill that we are moving uphill. Like things are happening better for us every time we
Yeah.
move. It's just kind of hard to see it when you're in it, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to like if you're out it.
Yeah,
on the
especially
outside.
because you're looking at everything around you instead of just being like, like the horses when they put
The blinders.
yeah, we got to just look at our path and stop looking at everybody else's. Like everybody has their own little circle of life happening,
100%.
And
100%.
yeah, like you said, patience and just patience. To me, I always look at it as patience.
Yes, got to be patient and hardworking and keep that faith.
And don't, like you said, don't stop and have that faith. And yeah, I look at pictures and stuff and like of before, and I've moved up in certain areas and I've grown a lot compared to how, like, when I look at back, I'm like, oh man, I remember that. Now it's like, I know to some people it might not seem a lot, but or even to ourselves, sometimes you're like, man, I feel like I'm getting nowhere, but we're getting somewhere. You just can't stop. Just don't stop. Keep going. Keep trying. Keep learning more. Keep creating more, and we're getting something out of it regardless. Like I said,
Yeah.
I might not ever blow up, but I'm still doing what I like to do. As long as I'm still singing and doing what I love, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm happy. Let's go sing.
Yeah, and it reminds me, okay, of two things. I remember we were saying about the blinders, right? I have a book called 10 Things Your Parents Should Talk to You, but in my second book for that, I have a chapter called Crippled by Comparison. So it's like sometimes people get lost in like, oh, like, why aren't I doing as good as they are, And it's like, don't compare yourself. Your story is different. Your path is different. Your life is different. You know what I mean? And you, as a professional, like this is all you do, right? All you do is sing, right? You're not packing groceries in the grocery store, right?
I mean, I have normal jobs.
Okay.
But I try to make the singing my
The
full
main.
time. Yeah.
Yes. So there's people who are not doing what you're doing. So it's another perspective to look at, right? There's people who's like, man, I want to sing, but I'm not doing it. But it's like, hey, you know what? Like you're out here doing it. You're grinding. You're getting hired for gigs. People know you. You know what I mean? So I think that's also like another perspective to think about. It's like, which is hard to think about. It's like, I'm out here doing it. I think one of the hardest things, and I was talking to, shout out to Ipiani Lockhart about this, is believing in yourself
Yeah.
and doing it. There's people who probably have amazing talent, but they don't have enough faith in themselves to pursue their dreams.
Yeah.
Right. So we have to
There's
give
there's
kudos
good of
for doing
something.
that.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank
Right?
you. And it is. It's I recently I'm working on a song and I'm hopefully releasing it soon. And it's called Wait. I didn't write the song. I had a friend somebody wrote it for me and gave it to me, and at first I would listen to it and I would be like, wow, okay, it sounds good. I love it. I love the vibe of it, but I didn't write it. So to me, I was like, I don't know what he was feeling when he wrote it, or like if it's about love or what is it about. And I've had this song for like 2 years already.
Wow.
And eventually I got like the music made for it good and it's mastered and everything. And I'm like, what's the meaning to this? Like, what is the meaning to this song? Like, what does it mean to me? And it's called Wait. And it's pretty much, yeah, like patience. Good things come to those who
Wait.
who wait, And going back to what you were saying, that song reflects on that's when I was like, wait, this song could be anything, any situation. Like a relationship, a job, a career. You try to go do things the faster way. It's not gonna happen, or it's not gonna go the right way. You gotta wait. Same thing with like it could be a drug problem. It could be a alcoholism. You know, you're so worried about this drug or whatever it is that you want all the time, because you know you gotta wait and like let that go. Only you. It's up to you.
Yeah.
If you don't pursue that, if you don't pursue the change, if you don't pursue it, nobody's gonna do it for you. Like it's all up to you, and that's how the song reminded me of what you were speaking about: self love and waiting on it, and only you have control of you. So if you wanna be out there, you're gonna have to put in the work.
100%.
You. I've had people like, hi, how are you doing the in la la la? And I'm like, well, I have to be out there. There's plenty of times I sing for free to get that exposure. I'm like, you're not gonna right away go out there and be like, oh, here, let me pay you to sing, if nobody's ever heard what music you have or what you do. Like, you gotta put in the work. Go perform at over here. Go do this for free. Go do that. Like, you gotta pay your dues.
That part, you gotta put the work in.
You gotta put the work in, and it's all up to you. And yeah, so stay tuned for that song. That should be out soon. It's called Wait, and it's about you. You gotta wait on yourself. You gotta do it for yourself. Only you are gonna put that work in, and only you're gonna make it happen. True. Of course, God's gonna put those resources around there. It's just you have to want to use them, or know how to use them, or ask to use them, or
yeah, that part. Yes. And it reminds me, it makes me think about like a lot of people get caught up in like, why isn't that my time and stuff like that. And I realize that opportunities will come, but are you ready for those opportunities? And I think that's where the divine timing, the godly timing comes in, is that God's basically put us in the gym of life and in our career to prepare for when that opportunity comes, you're ready.
And honestly, sometimes you're ready and then nothing happens. And then there's times that you're not ready and it comes at you, and sometimes you just kind of like, fuck it, let's take it, let's do it, and go from there. Like when I got the opportunity to be with Round 2 Music, I didn't know anything about contracts or labels or none of that. And I was just like, you know what, God, thank you, Jesus, let's do this. And I mean, there was obviously the goods and the bads, but you learned from it. And if I would have never took that opportunity there and then, I probably wouldn't have been putting music out yet, or experiencing all the things that I'm experiencing and learning everything that I'm learning. So even though sometimes you're not prepared, it's like, if you have that gut feeling, that you gotta go with that gut feeling.
The gut feeling all day. All day.
That gut feeling is never gonna fail. So yeah.
Not the bubble guts either, people.
Yeah,
not the bubble guts. That different.
Hey, but if the bubble guts, are you feeling the bubble guts? You better go.
So whatever type of gut feeling you've got, follow it.
Go.
Follow it.